Good afternoon. My name is Barbara Fuller, and as Chair of the Board, I welcome you to this July 15th, 2025 regular meeting of the Washtenaw County Board of Road Commissioners. Shelby Rockawick, our Communications Associate, will describe how our meetings operate, how to access the agenda packet, and how people may participate remotely. Shelby.
There are multiple ways to make public comment during today's board meeting, whether you are joining us in person or virtually. If you are here in person and would like to make public comment, please fill out the sign-in sheet now. If you are joining us virtually, we will ask you to raise your hand at the appropriate time in the agenda.
Thank you. I now call this July 15th, 2025 regular meeting to order and ask Shelby to call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green.
Present.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Present.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Present.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Present. Want to note the following directors?
The following directors are also in attendance. Managing Director Matt McDonald, Assistant Director of Engineering Aaron Burkholtz, Director of Operations Adam Leap, Director of Finance Dan Ackerman.
Very good. Please join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Support. Additions, deletions, or corrections? Seeing none, Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, the agenda is approved as presented. Next, we move on to acceptance of the minutes. We only have one set of minutes to accept today. May I have a motion to accept the board meeting minutes of July 1st, 2025, appearing on pages 5 through 16 of the packet?
So moved.
Support.
Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Seeing none, Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Llamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, the July 1st, 2025 minutes of the board meeting are accepted as presented. We'll move on to report of our county commissioner liaison. I see that Commissioner Sanders is with us. Caroline, do you have anything you'd like to share with us today?
Absolutely. Good afternoon. The Board of Commissioners, after one more marathon session, this time till 3 a.m., finally secured the approvals to move forward with the senior millage and the approvals for the hiring and beginning the staffing process and distribution of $200,000 for each of the identified senior centers here in Washtenaw County. So hopefully our August meeting will be much smoother and not go nearly as long. That's the prayer, but when you even mention the time, you jinx yourselves. So hopefully our August 6th meeting will let people go out and enjoy the rest of their summer evening. And I think that's the crux of what I have to share with you today. And thank you. Your 9 o'clock session was very informative.
Thank you, Commissioner Sanders. Commissioner McCollum has a question or a comment?
Comment for Commissioner Sanders. Thank you for arranging to have I don't know what it's called, but it was the mobile.
MSSI.
Yes, I think thank you for doing that because it's able to go to the communities and we're able to meet with our representatives in a nice, comfortable, cool place and have good conversations. So thank you for that, Commissioner Saunders.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. That is my baby. That is absolutely my baby. And I'm just appreciative that we had 9 commissioners that thought that it was a good idea and they approved the funding And it makes me proud to see it out on the road servicing our residents on a regular basis. So, and let me just put a plug in. I think I've done this with Matt before, but I can't remember. This vehicle is available for you too, as the road commission, to be able to literally get on it and go and try and meet with some of your constituents in places that may make it difficult for them to get to your meetings or to actually be able to have an interaction with you. So please consider reserving it and using it, get out on the road for the road commission. Go meet with some of your folks utilizing a lovely county vehicle. No pressure.
You want to respond?
I have one question.
Thank you. Commissioner Yamas. Is this for
Commis-
Commissioner Sanders?
Yes,
Hi.
Commissioner Sanders, thank you for being dedicated and working so late, but the secured approval of the senior millage, the 200,000 for each senior center, or is there specific ones that were chosen?
There were specific ones. You're gonna make me guess. If I have,
No.
I can rattle most of them off. They should be listed on our website. I know that there were two that were looking for such a designation. They did not receive it. It does not mean, though, that they cannot ask for funding, that they cannot put in a request for support. But these were the ones that we chose were like Manchester, already existing, um, Dexter, Chelsea, Ypsilanti, Pittsfield Township. They were all already in existence and doing the work, but without the funding. So it's just $200,000 operational. And then I did do a resolution that allowed for 5% of the overall millage to be set aside for capital projects. So if a furnace goes out, they don't have to use their 200,000 operational. They can submit a request, and then those requests will be approved by multiple parties. It'll still come back to the commissioners, but that way, they're not digging into their operations budget. And so, yeah, if that answers your question, I can though
It
have
absolutely does.
I can have
Thank you.
Tabitha send you the list if you'd
Okay,
like.
thank you. I also
Okay.
can go on the website, but I appreciate all
Okay.
your work. Thank you.
Certainly. Thank you.
Commissioner Sanders.
Commissioner Sanders, I believe the whole framework is posted, is it not, that identifies the 10 senior centers that
Yes.
qualified?
Yes, it should be out there. Yep. I have it ad nauseum on paper. So
Okay. Thank you.
thank you very much.
You're welcome, Commissioner. Anything else? Okay. We will move on to public comment. This is the time set aside on the agenda to receive comments from the public. This is not intended to be a period for dialogue. This is an opportunity for each person who has asked to be allotted 3 minutes to address the board. Shelby will explain how people may be recognized to offer comments.
Since this is a hybrid meeting with both in-person and virtual attendees, we will take turns between those attending in person and virtually. For virtual attendees, we have provided some instructions on the screen on how to participate and make public comment. If you're attending this meeting virtually and would like to make public comment, please raise your hand now.
Are there any hands raised at this time? Shelby or Tiffany, either of you?
No, Madam Chair.
Has anyone signed in asking to address the board?
No, Madam Chair.
All right. Next item on our agenda is written communications appearing on pages 17 through 23 of the packet. Commissioners, anything you wish to bring our attention to?
Yes.
Commissioner Yamas.
On page 20, 21, and 23, the 2025 Road Safety Audit Program Award Notice for Washtenaw County Road Commission. Chairman Scott congratulates SEMCOG's Regional Review Committee has approved 2025 road safety audit to Carpenter Road for Washtenaw County, Carpenter Road from Ellsworth to Washtenaw Avenue, and Packard Road from US 23 to Gulfside. And it's a nice letter from Amy O'Leary, the Executive Director, congratulating us for the road opening of Tuttle Hill, weekly road schedule, weight restrictions, And from the Michigan County Road Commission Self-Insurance Pool, a letter to Matt McDonald, our administrator, from Tom Kreger. The letter is regarding McChrysop's work zone inspection that was conducted at Hadley and Stover Roads off of North Territorial Road on the date captioned above. Attached are some pictures of the crew's attention, and if people want to go look at it, they're wonderful pictures, and what a great job for our crew. On page 22 is the activity summary is beacon warning lights. On the chip seal project, warning lights were being used effectively by every piece of equipment while working on nearby right-of-way with heavy equipment on vehicles continued to utilize beacon warning lights. These warning lights are one of the most effective means to an alert motorists to construction activities and to limit potential accidents. And that was a great job. The other great job is warning lights for lane closures on the chip seal project had excellent warning lights also. So that continued on the controlled report, and congratulations to our staff for getting those awards.
Commissioner McCollum.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on what Commissioner Yamas was saying about on page 20 about the 2025 Road Safety Audit Program Award Notice for the Washtenaw County Road Commission. Congratulations. About on page 21, Michigan County Road Commission Self-Insurance Pool, how well we did on that. And also on page 22 and 23, McChrysop, what they added for the loss control visit report. I just want to say I really do appreciate what the Washtenaw County Road Commission does. They do hard work. I really appreciate it when I actually go out the county and state and go into other counties, roads, and you know, I'm sure they're doing their best, but it just makes me more appreciative when I come back to this county and see how well the roads are done and how organized everything the road commission does. So thank you.
Mr. Green, anything to add?
I would just like to add that I say congratulations to the Road Commission for the Road Safety Audit Program Award.
We're piling on here at this point.
Yeah.
It's a great honor. In addition to the honors that we have reviewed that are in the lobby, the Road Commission does a great job. And I'd just like to say to our staff and our managing director, well done. Thank you.
All right. There are no further comments for written communications. We will move on. We will bypass follow-up to public comments since there was none. We will move on to our consent agenda. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 3 as presented? The motions are on page 25. The background appears on pages 24 through 66.
So moved.
Support.
Anything you have questions about? Seeing none. Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum,
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, the consent agenda is approved as presented, items 1 through 3. Next, we need to move into a closed session. So may I have a motion to enter closed session under Section 8E of the Open Meetings Act, being Act 267 of 1976, to discuss the purchase agreement for the sale of 2 Washtenaw County Road Commission owned parcels of property located in Sharon Township.
So move.
Support.
Shelby, if you would explain how closed session works at this point.
For virtual participants, if you are not a road commissioner or a designated staff member, we will now move you into the virtual waiting room. If you would like to be returned to the open session of the meeting once we have completed the closed session, please remain in the waiting room. We will readmit you once the closed session has been completed. For in-person attendees, you are welcome to wait in the boardroom or lobby until the closed session has been completed.
Thank you. Mr. Managing Director.
Yes, Chair Fuller. The closed session was intended for the right-of-way acquisition for parcel 1, Sharon Valley Road Bridge Project.
I had the wrong. So how do you want the motion
If we could
amended?
amend it, we can do an amendment, second
Okay.
and revote. I think it'd probably be
A
best.
friendly amendment
Friendly
would probably
amendment,
be entertained if you would identify what words you'd like changed or inserted.
Just the topic, rather than the M52 properties, it would be right-of-way acquisition for parcel 1, Sharon Valley Road Bridge Project, Sharon Township. M52 properties is actually number 2, so that it was just one line down, so that was probably the mishap there, so.
So you want it to read to discuss the purchase
The
agreement?
right-of-way acquisition for parcel 1, Sharon Valley Road Bridge Project, Sharon Township.
Are you with us, Shelby? You okay on that rewording of the
Yeah.
motion for the minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioners, are you accepting of the friendly amendment to rephrase that motion?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Therefore,
Mhm.
we will move ahead with a vote on moving into closed session. Shelby, if you would call the roll, please.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas,
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, we are now entering closed session. May I have a motion to end our closed session and return to open session?
I so move.
Support.
Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas,
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, we are now in open session once again and pick up where we left off on our agenda. We have 5 action items today. We will start with action item number 1. May I have a motion to approve action item number 1, to approve the acquisition of public road easement and right-of-way associated with the Sharon Valley Road Bridge Project in Sharon Township. The motion appears on page 26 with background on pages 67 through 82.
Madam Chair, I move that upon the recommendation of the Director of Engineering, County Highway Engineer, and concurrence of the Managing Director, the board hereby approves the acquisition of a public road easement upon a parcel of land commonly referred to as 17530 Sharon Valley Road, Sharon Township, Washtenaw County, Michigan, with a corresponding tax ID number of 01533400005 in the amount of $29,500 plus replacement of a woven wire fence.
And I believe the parcel number starts with the letter O,
Oh,
doesn't it, instead of a 0?
correct. I said,
Just for clarification,
Yes.
just for clarification.
Support.
For the record, I'm stating that because my residence is within the project limits, I'm recusing myself from discussion on the motion and abstaining from voting on the matter to avoid any potential conflict of interest. Any discussion? Seeing none, Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green,
yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Abstain. The motion is approved as presented with 1 abstention. We will move on to action item number 2. May I have a motion to authorize the execution of the purchase agreement for the sale of 2 Washtenaw County Road Commission owned parcels of property located in Sharon Township? The motion appears on page 26.
Madam Chair, I move upon the recommendation of the Director of Operations and concurrence of the Managing Director. The board authorizes the Chair and Managing Director to execute the purchase agreement for the sale of properties referred to as 6900 M52 Highway, Sharon Township, Washtenaw County, with corresponding tax parcel numbers of O-15-11-400-002 and O-15.
Isn't that 005?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or are my eyes deceiving me?
Mine
Go
has.
ahead, go ahead. The
Okay.
first one is 002.
Okay. And O-15-11-400-005 to 55 Two Materials LLC, a Michigan limited liability company in the amount of $3 million.
Support. I have a question after support.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion. Commissioner Yamas?
I have a question about the lease agreement of the cellular tower. And as I read the agreements, is the leasing
Item in the agreement are you referring to,
I'm-
Commissioner?
1.12 in the
Thank you.
agreement? Leases shall mean, oh, that's the definition. So that's not it. It is. It's discussing the lease being taken care of. And my question is in regards to, has the leasee been given first rights? Because I understood that they had first rights, or is that going to be taken care of by the buyer?
If I may, invite Dan Trick up. He's helped us through this process, reviewed our lease agreement and worked with Kurt Roche as well. So could provide some background, Dan.
So good afternoon. As you were pointing out, we do have.
Please identify
Oh,
yourself. for the
I'm
record.
Dan Troika, Condon McKinney, Philbrook. I'm outside counsel to this commission.
Thank you.
You asked about the leases. There are a couple of leases with Sprint and I think Tower Co is the other. One of them, it does contain a right of first refusal. We have drafted the document that we'll need them to sign, which is a declination. We have not had this conversation with them yet because we haven't yet been authorized to actually proceed with the purchase. If we do get that authority today, I believe Matt will sign and we will then reach out to the cell phone lessees and ask them to consent to the assignment and to also decline the right of first refusal. It is theoretically possible they could say, we want to buy the property ourselves for $3 million. They would have that right. We think that would be extraordinary, but we can't prevent them from doing that because it's part of our underlying lease agreement. And they have an obligation to consent to the assignment. We have to get what's called an estoppel certificate, which is a statement from the tenant that everything's okay with the lease. They're not claiming a default. Those are protections for the buyer. So there are ways that this could go sideways if we don't get cooperation from a tenant. We think that's highly unlikely. This is a very common fact pattern when you're selling large commercial properties.
Thank you very much for that clarification.
That help?
Yes.
Any other discussion, questions, concerns? Thank you, Mr. Troika.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Madam Chair.
All right, if there's no further discussion, Shelby, if you would please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas,
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum,
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes. Action item number 2 is approved as presented. We move on to action item number 3. May I have a motion to approve the acquisition of a public road easement and temporary grading permit in Lodi Township associated with the Scioto Church Road at Zeeb Road Roundabout. The motion appears on page 27, background on pages 82 through 88.
Madam Chair, I move upon the recommendation of the Director of Engineering, County Highway Engineer, and concurrence of the Managing Director, the board hereby approve the acquisition of a public road easement and temporary grading permit upon a parcel of land commonly referred to as 2170 South Zeeb Road, Lodi Township, Washtenaw County, Michigan, with a corresponding tax ID number of M1304100003 in the amount of $6,240.
I support.
Any questions, discussion? Anything, Mr. Managing Director?
This is part of, the next 3 items are part of that South Church at Zeeb Road intersection improvement scheduled for next year. So it's great that we're able to be in a good position to acquire these properties well in advance of the project. So if there are any questions on this, happy to answer them. We also have our engineering department here if there are specifics.
I don't see any questions.
Okay.
Shelby, if you'd please call the roll on action item number 3.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes,
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes,
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, action item number 3 is approved as presented. We will move on to action item number 4. May I have a motion to approve the acquisition of a public road easement and temporary grading permit in Scioto Township associated with the Scioto Church Road at Zeeb Road Roundabout. The motion appears on page 28 and the background on pages 89 through 94.
Madam Chair, I move that upon the recommendation of the Director of Engineering, County Highway Engineer, and concurrence of the Managing Director, the Board hereby approves the acquisition of a public road easement and temporary grading permit upon a parcel of land commonly referred to as 1985 South Zeeb Road, Scioto Township, Washtenaw County, Michigan, with a corresponding tax ID number of H-08-34-300-043 in the amount of $10,500.
Support.
Any questions, discussion? Mr. Managing Director, anything?
Nothing further.
All right.
Questions?
Seeing no questions, Shelby, if you'd please call the roll on action item number 4.
Commissioner Rod Green,
yes,
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Yes,
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, action item number 4 is approved as presented. Next, we have action item number 5. May I have a motion to approve the acquisition of a public road easement and temporary grading permit, again in Scioto Township, associated with the Scioto Church Road at Zeeb Road Roundabout? The motion appears on page 28 with background on pages 95 through 100.
Madam Chair, I move that upon the recommendation of the Director of Engineering, County Highway Engineer, and concurrence of the Managing Director, the Board hereby approve the acquisition of a public road easement and temporary grading permit upon a parcel of land commonly referred to as 5425 Scioto Church Road, Lodi Township, Washtenaw County, Michigan, with a corresponding tax ID number of M-13-03-200-011 in the amount of $4,100.
I support.
Any questions or discussion? You're good, Matt?
All set.
Okay. Shelby, if you'd please call the roll on action item number 5.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes,
Commissioner Gloria Yamas.
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
yes,
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, action item number 5 is approved as presented. Moving on, we will go to the report of the road commissioners. We will begin with Commissioner Green.
thank you. Madam Chair, on July 9th, 2025, I attended the chair session of the Washtenaw County Road Commission. We had 1 attendee.
Very good.
That concludes my report.
Commissioner McCollum?
Madam Chair, today, July 15th, I attended a meeting at 10 a.m. with the Parks and Rec to talk about the Eastern Washtenaw County Rec Center. And that concludes my report.
All right. My report includes a congratulations to Garrett Ward. Garrett is an employee with the Road Commission who has completed his CDLA Earn While You Learn training. Matt, do you know how many have completed using this program now? We're up to 4? That's great.
Yes.
And what crew is Garrett with?
Adam, help us out.
District 3.
District 3. Thank you.
Feel like I'm playing charades here. Okay. All right. On July 2nd, I attended the weekly chat. We had 2 visitors inquiring about the status of the Maple Road Foster Bridge. On July 10th, I attended the retirement reception for outgoing Parks and Recreation Commission Director Coy Vaughn. On July 11th, I attended the big truck event at the Dexter Library along with Commissioner Gloria Yamas, Micah Robinson, heavy truck driver, and one of our CDLA graduates, Earn While You Learn initiative, Ryan Lewis, our heavy equipment group leader, Adam Lake, Director of Operations, Dan Ackerman, Director of Finance, and Tiffany Oliphant, Comms Manager. Huge attendance. We were inundated with kids and grandparents and parents. It was a fine event. And on July 14th, yesterday, I attended the Roads Plus board meeting in Lansing. And that concludes my report.
Commissioner Yamas report.
I'm sorry. I got a wave bigger than that, Gloria. Go ahead.
On July 11th, I attended the big truck event also in Dexter, along with all the people that Commissioner Barb Fuller mentioned. And that is my report. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Now then, we're going to move along to staff reports and Washtenaw County Road Commission updates. Mr. McNadel.
Thank you, Chair Fuller. First of all, I just want to thank you for, I know we had a big agenda and appreciate working through all those property acquisitions and a sale that will certainly aid this commission in looking at facilities for the future. So very much appreciate that. I did want to let you all know next week I'll be out of the office, so the directors will be available if needed. But I'll be returning on July 28th. With that, we'll go ahead and start off with our engineering report. Aaron Burkholz, come on up, our Assistant Director of Engineering.
Good afternoon, Aaron Burkholz, Assistant Director of Engineering here at the Road Commission. So a few items to cover. First of all, the Maple Road, the commonly referred to as Foster Bridge. Road Commission staff continue to work with 2 engineering consultants on this project. Where we have landed is we are working with these consultants to develop a plan to remove the cable post tensioning system from the bridge. Again, based on previous reports I've provided to the board, this post tensioning system was installed back in 2003. And I, in fact, worked on the project when those were installed. We would pursue the removal of that cable post tensioning and then potentially reopen the bridge at a lower weight limit. So prior to this most recent closure in June, the weight limit was 20 tons. Without the cable post tensioning system, it will be something less than that. Prior to the work being performed back in 2003, the weight limit on the bridge at that time was 6 tons. But that 2003 project provided a variety of improvements on the bridge. It was not only the cable post tensioning system, it also included the replacement of several structural members. A new deck was installed on the bridge, a new rail barrier was installed. So again, I believe there is the opportunity to remove the cable post tensioning system and reopen the bridge, but it's going to be at a reduced weight limit.
I'm going to stop there. What is
yes.
a vehicle that is 20 ton or less? Or
20 tons or less, that would be like a
besides a
school bus.
bicycle or?
Right, a school bus would be less than 20 tons.
An ambulance.
An ambulance would be less than 20 tons. A fire engine would be more than 20 tons. A garbage truck would be more than 20 tons. But again, you get down in the realm of 6 tons. At 6 tons, you're probably not going to take a school bus across that bridge. Really, at 6 tons, you're looking at just passenger vehicles, with maybe a couple exceptions, but that's a pretty low weight limit. The reason we're removing the cable post tensioning system is because we don't know why the cable failed, and we now lack confidence in that system. Because we cannot say with confidence that if we repair it and reopen it, that there isn't going to be the failure of another cable. And so as Road Commission staff and as engineers, we feel far more comfortable pursuing the removal of that system at this time. We continue to monitor road conditions along the detour route. I very much appreciate the efforts of the operations department, Adam Lape and our staff there, to maintain that detour route. Not unexpectedly, some motorists are pursuing their own routes using other road commission public roads. We've received, in particular, complaints from residents along Tubbs Road, because Tubbs Road is a natural beauty road. It can be quite narrow in spots, it's hilly, and they're understandably concerned about the additional traffic. We cannot prohibit vehicles from using Tubbs Road. It is a public road, it is a local county road. If motorists are using that road in an unsafe manner, that really goes to law enforcement.
Is that a dirt road?
It is, it's an unpaved road, yes.
And we'll be monitoring that as well.
Yes, and we are, yep. Recent construction bid openings, we've had 3.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Commissioner
I didn't raise
Cullum.
my hand. I didn't know you were done here. So for the bridge, when it opens back up, it's gonna be lower tons. So
Correct.
how do you all communicate that to, whoever, would have 20 tons over? How do
Sure.
you communicate that?
So, prior to the reopening of the bridge, we are, the engineers who were working with the consultants are performing a load analysis of this truss bridge to determine what a safe load limit would be without the post-tensioning system. Once we know that, and we have an idea of the intended date that the bridge would be reopened, we would work with Tiffany and the communications staff to inform the public, as well as emergency response agencies like the fire departments, like dispatch, and inform area schools like Ann Arbor schools of what that new weight limit is going to be.
And the townships involved.
The townships, of course, yes. And I'll say, as I continue to bring up the removal of this post-tensioning system, it's not as simple as taking a torch or a cutoff saw out there and just removing the cables. They are under an incredible load right now, and so we have to have a plan in place to be able to safely do that, to protect the contractor that's performing the work, to protect this 140-year-old structure. And so again, that takes time. So we very much appreciate the patience of area motorists. We are certainly well aware of the frustration that it causes as they have to follow this detour, as it puts additional traffic on roads that typically don't see much traffic, but we want to do this in as safe a manner as we can. So,
Aaron, if you could just speak to, we've got a consultant on board developing a plan for the removal of the post-tensioning system.
yes,
That planning is going to take 6 weeks-ish.
correct.
And then we then have to engage a contractor for
Yes.
this emergency repair and see what their availability are.
Right.
So we don't have a definitive time when this work's going to take place. Needless to say, it's going to be months,
Yes.
not weeks.
At this point, the engineering consultants have indicated that they can have the plan put together and ready for a contractor in 6 weeks from today. So 6 weeks from today, we expect to have the plan in place. We are continuing to talk to Anlon, the contractor who worked on this back in 2003. They're aware of what our intentions are now and what our schedule is for the design side work. And we've asked them to give us some inkling as to what they think their availability is for this scope of work. Because again, any bridge contractor that's worth their salt is very busy right now, and Anlon is counted among them. And so they're going to have to pull a crew off of some other project that's going on right now. Because again, any good contractor does not have employees just sitting around this time of year. So,
Anlon, did they perform the work in 2018 as well?
they performed the work in 2003. They did not perform the work, most recently in
Okay.
2023.
Okay,
And that's because most of the work that was performed at that time
Bridge
was
painting.
bridge painting.
that's
So
correct.
when they don't do that type.
Okay.
Couple
Thank
more
you.
questions, I think,
Thank you.
Commissioner Green and then Commissioner Yamas.
Yes.
Once the new rate restrictions are put into effect, who's responsible for enforcement?
That would really be up to, if there is a vehicle that is caught in the act of crossing the bridge overloaded, it could be one of our waymasters But we have two waymasters here at the Road Commission, and they are part-time waymasters and also permit inspectors. And so we don't have the capacity to station a waymaster at this bridge 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In large part, the burden falls to those that are driving vehicles that are over that load limit. So really, it falls to truck drivers, for instance, that they know what load they carry, they know which structures they can safely cross, and the burden is on them to not cross a bridge, to not knowingly cross a structure where they exceed the posted weight limit.
And I'm assuming there'll be adequate signage on the bridge as well.
We would have signs at the bridge and in advance of the bridge to make sure that anyone approaching the bridge is reminded of the fact that there is a weight limit on the structure.
Thank you.
Commissioner Yamas.
The question was answered through the rest of the questions. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I've got a couple more items I'd like to touch on other than Maple Road Bridge. We've had 3 recent construction bid openings. 2 involve MDOT federal aid projects. So those projects would be Nixon Road between M14 and Pontiac Trail on the north side of the city of Ann Arbor. And that one involves pulverizing the existing road, the existing pavement, and putting down a new asphalt pavement on Nixon Road. So that project has been opened by MDOT, but not yet awarded. The low bid on that one was submitted by Ajax, and we've worked with them previously. And then Parker Road and Shield Road, the intersection near Dexter High School. Again, that's an MDOT federal aid project. We just had the bid opening this past Friday. MDOT had their bid opening, and that would involve the installation of a new box span traffic signal there. Dan's Excavating was the as-read low bidder on that. And again, we've worked with Dan's Excavating in the past on similar types of projects. And then the third project that was recently opened is a locally funded project. It does not involve MDOT, and that's the Warren Road culvert replacement just west of Dixboro Road. That one involves the removal and replacement of an existing weight-restricted culvert. That's been realized through a partnership with Ann Arbor Township and with Water Resources. And so as-read low bidder on that was Jay Sebastian. And again, we've worked with Jay in the past on similar projects, and Water Resources has as well. So 3 recent construction bid openings.
Excuse me, Aaron,
Yes.
would you restate what the second one was, the road
Sure.
involved?
Yeah, the second one was Parker Road and Shield Road,
Parker and
the
Shield.
intersection near Dexter High School.
Yep,
Yep,
thank you.
sure.
All 3 of those involve federal dollars?
Only the first 2, Nixon Road and then Parker and Shield, are federal dollars.
Okay,
The last one, the Warren Road culvert replacement, that is non-federal aid.
got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Aaron Burkle, did I hear you say that they all came in under engineer's estimate?
Yes, they did all come.
Oh,
in.
Okay, I thought you'd want to share that. Good news.
That is good news.
Yeah.
That's welcome news that it came in under engineer's estimates on all 3, so.
Great.
Oh, and we have a virtual public meeting coming up on Warren Road. I don't remember the date.
Thursday,
There it
July
is.
24th, at
Thank you.
11 a.m.
All right, excellent.
Join us.
Yes, please.
And that is virtual.
Yeah.
So anyone, anywhere in the world,
That's right.
tune into this public
Yes.
meeting.
Yes, and when the recording is done, the idea is then it's posted to the project page, and if people wanted to, they can review it.
Okay.
I'll also mention we've got a great deal of active road construction that's ongoing. We are in the process of trying to perform multiple asphalt resurfacing projects. So that has included, and I'll just name them off, Liberty Road from Zeeb to Scioto Church, Liberty Road from Zeeb to Scioto Ridge Road. That's now substantially completed with minor shoulder work and permanent pavement markings remaining. Maple Road from M14 to Craig Road, and then a short segment of Maple Road from Newport Road to Huron River Drive. Again, substantially completed. It has been resurfaced. There's minor shoulder work and permanent pavement markings that remain to be done. Getty's Road and Superior Road roundabout. That was one of the first roundabouts we built. It was very early on. It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first. And we actually are placing the top course of asphalt pavement today on that roundabout. So as of later today or first thing tomorrow, we'll be reopening that roundabout with new asphalt pavement in place. And then coming up next week, we're going to start two others. Gulf Side Road from Packard Road to Clark Road. That'll be a mill and resurface. And then Clark Road / Huron River Drive from Gulf Side Road to Hewitt Road. So they're near the hospital, near St. Joe's, that segment. Again, both of those are scheduled to start next week. Both are mill and resurface projects. We will be maintaining traffic and reduced lanes. So delays are likely because both of those roads are quite busy. But again, when we complete the project, it'll take about 2 weeks to complete those projects, and there will be a new asphalt surface in place. And then we're also working on some congestion mitigation air quality projects. We commonly refer to those as CMAQ projects. That involves a number of signals along the Maple Road corridor, including signals in the city of Saline. And then once we complete that work, we're going to be moving on to, it actually will involve 30 traffic signals in multiple townships. And that'll be in Ann Arbor, Pittsfield, Superior, and Ypsilanti. And a lot of that work that'll commence here shortly involves upgrading signal systems. We've talked about previously that over time, the electronics that are related to signals, those do wear out. They're exposed to the elements. They're exposed, honestly, to rodents. And so over time, you do have to go back and replace those components. So, I'll mention one other project, the Amazon project. So again, our permit staff have been managing that project in Pittsfield Township. They are working on two pieces of Morgan Road. So the dead end piece of Morgan Road from US 23 to Carpenter Road, they're scheduled to start concrete pavement repairs on that segment of road. They've substantially completed the other side of Morgan Road. So that's Morgan Road from Carpenter Road to US 12. That just so happens to run behind our Southeast Service Center. That road is open to traffic, and that work is substantially complete on that segment. And then there were improvements to the Morgan Road and Carpenter Road intersection, and those have been completed now as well.
Wow.
Yes. I'm sorry to take so long.
Yep.
Brent's not going to let me fill in for him again.
A lot going on, a lot going on.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions for Aaron?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Aaron. Next up is Dan Ackerman, Finance Report.
Hello again, Board. Dan Ackerman, Director of Finance.
Welcome back, Dan.
Nice to see you, yes. Just want to say I really appreciate the discussion this morning on the budget, obviously very important. And you all asked some great questions, and we'll continue to share any updates with the budget. Like I said, the next steps is we would present something to you the first meeting in August for approval. So, and if there's any changes, we will make sure we communicate that with you. So during the working session, I mentioned our township agreement program and how that has expanded significantly. On July 1st, Finance prepared 15 first township billings, and the operations department submitted those to the township partners. And I'm happy to report already 8 have paid those bills, which
This gets earlier every year.
It does. It seems like sometimes we
Yeah,
get
they
some
are.
good momentum and then things happen, but hopefully we'll continue with this momentum. But I'm amazed. You know, we send out a bill on July 1 and you know, a few bills were paid within a week. You know, sometimes we've been having issues with the post office and so on. And but just very impressive. So that's going extremely well so far. And hopefully that will continue. If you recall, I've had some discussions on the reporting we have to do for our pension grant that we received. It's PA 166. So I had that completed. But since it's the first time we're submitting it to the state, I just wanted to ask a few questions. And it took a while to get somebody to respond, but they finally did. And we had a conversation and I was told to submit, so PA 202, the other reporting requirement that you're familiar with that we've been reporting on for several years now. There's some numbers in there, and as you know, our pension was considered underfunded based on the criteria. But our actuary report for our pension shows we're over that 60% threshold. So I wanted to ask the questions with this other report, you know, what number should I use? Because PA 202 goes through some different calculations and I won't get into all the accounting behind it, but anyway, so the person I spoke with said to go ahead and use the numbers in the actuarial report, which I guess the terms they're using is they would determine if it's sustainable or not. That's the terms in PA 166. So I submitted the reports based on the conversation I had with the person at the state's office. So hopefully we'll have good news on that. And I believe it's like a 5-year reporting period, so we're not done with it, but we'll see what they say. It was just worth it to, have that conversation and, see what the state says when we get the results back, which, as you know, with PA 202, it could take some time to receive word back from the state of Michigan, but when I know, you guys will know, so.
So is PA 202 the one that requires us to submit a
The
remediation?
waiver, right, yep. Mhm.
Okay.
And that report also has been submitted,
Right.
but we may not hear back on that for some time either. And we're right around, so using the calculations for PA 202, we are at 59.3% for our pension. As far as our funded level, 60% is considered funded, satisfactorily funded. And so during my conversation with this person from the state of Michigan, they seem to think that we may be considered funded, even though technically with PA 202, we're under the 60%, but again, the actuary shows 63. Time will tell. And if they consider us underfunded and we have to submit waivers, I probably will remind them of the conversation I had to see if they could
Make an
rethink
accommodation.
things or see, was I just given poor advice? I don't know, but
Okay.
we're just so close to that 60% that, I thought it was worth the extra effort, so we shall see. Besides that, I've mentioned Acumatica, our new financial software. I had 5 meetings with various consultants last week. So really, there's just a lot of upfront work to set up our testing environment, to put our information in there. So when we have our small groups, say we're going to talk about inventory and all the road commission users that work with inventory or purchase orders, payroll, whatever module we're discussing, that some of our information is in there, and it'll be easier for them to negotiate through the system and ask questions and really try and move that forward. So it's been just a lot of, kind of a heavy lift to get all the setup. They're learning from me, I'm learning from them. Anyway, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but we want to do this right. And so I just thought I would share that there's been a lot of work there. Most of the organization hasn't seen a lot of it yet, but hopefully soon we can bring others in there and start testing it and moving forward. And that's my report.
Thank you. Any questions for Dan? Any more questions? We wore him out this morning.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
Dan. And last but not least, Mr. Late, with the operation report.
Good afternoon, Adam Lape, Director of Operations. Local road program, as you know, continues throughout the county. Trying to culminate in some project completion here in a few districts, primarily District 4 and is trying to finish up some work. And then next week we'll start in District 1, so in the Lodi Township area. Start really moving stone and spreading the aggregate in that area. District 6 crew started in Northfield Township area, preparing some of those roads so we can inevitably get to a point of hauling limestone there on Kearney Road, which is part of the township agreements for the local road program this year for Northfield. And then the heavy equipment crew, I'm sure you've probably seen driving throughout the county just in general. We're trying to wrap up the fog seal program, which kind of puts a cap on our seal coat in general. So we chip seal it first, then we fog seal it. And then eventually traffic and safety is able to put striping on it and kind of consider the project complete. So we're getting closer every day. They're out working on the northern part of the county right now on Pontiac Trail today, which they've probably moved since last time I heard them on the radio. They go pretty quick, so that's a good thing. Try to wrap that project up. We'll go to the west a little bit and finish some of the last few roads we seal coated out there, and then move on. And then in between, when the schedule's allowed, we've tried to work in some culvert and under drain maintenance. Last week, we really focused on Liberty Road segment. So that's your Wagner to the South Ridge that Aaron noted here a little bit that we were going to pave last week. So we tried to get in ahead of time and do a few culvert jobs. And then we found some soft shoulder areas where we stabilized before they started paving to eliminate some issues that have been there for a long time. So we were able to get in there ahead of time and get it done before we put pavement on the road. So it's been kind of what we've been focused on here the last week and a half, 2 weeks with a little bit of holiday in there. It's kind of changed our schedule a little bit for us, but weather cooperated and keep going into the summer here. So focus on drainage here real soon, and it'll be a lot of it. A lot of culverts here this fall. So that's the report. If anybody's got any questions.
Any questions for Adam?
Thank
I
you.
don't see any. Thanks, Adam. Mr. McNamara, to you.
Yes, any questions on the updates and reports in the board packet? I failed to ask that question. Right,
It's
got
okay.
one.
Maybe you want to do it at the end.
Yeah,
All right.
mix it up.
So I'm looking at page 102, communications report, emails. In the last month, we delivered approximately 65,499 emails with an average open rate of 55%. That's awesome. That's over half. That's great. Great job. And I just want to say thank you to the staff for all of the touch a truck go events, and to Tiffany Oliphant for really coordinating that. I know that's a lot of work behind the scenes and getting that stuff together. So thank you.
Thank you. And duly noted that she and her team do an excellent job of getting the word out on a lot of our road advisories. And that open rate, as I'm coached, tells us that the information that we're sharing is relevant.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Anything else?
Any other comments or questions for Matt on the reports? What would you like to draw our attention to?
I didn't have anything specific. Okay, that
Okay.
concludes my report.
All right. If there's no further business, I will move on into reminders. August 5th is our next board meeting. 1 o'clock. We do not have a working session that day. There's an extra long time between today and August 5th because the month of July has 5 Tuesdays instead of the usual 4. So the calendar is correct. It's just there's a little extra week in there. Our chat sessions, there have been some adjustments here. Tomorrow, Commissioner Green is on call. July 23rd, I will be on call for that chat session. And on July 30th, Commissioner Smers will be on call. So if there's no further business to come before the board,
Oh, you have August 6th and 13th, and I will be on August 6th. Do you?
oh, you're looking at Shelby's agenda. All right, so we'll add Shelby's for August 6th will be Commissioner McCollum, and August 13th will be Commissioner Green, right? No,
That would be
Commissioner Yamas.
Commissioner Yamas.
there was a bit of musical chairs this afternoon on the chat sessions.
Yeah.
Do you have those, Shelby?
Yes.
Good on that?
Are you?
All right. Now then, if there's nothing further, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Support. Shelby, if you'd please call the roll.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas,
Yes.
Commissioner Joanne McCollum,
Yes.
Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes, we are adjourned. See everybody on August 5th.